Spooky, scary skeleton and shivers down your spine.
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween!
Yeah. Welcome back to G Thanks Disney. The movie we picked, or what is it? We should call it
It's a television special.
It's
Halloween special.
It's a Halloween special that aired in
1983.
And how many times did it air?
Twice. On October 29th and 31st of that year, and never again.
Never again. This is more of I would say a lost media.
It's not really lost because some people have put it out there. It's unknown.
I think we could agree though that this is quite interesting for what it is.
Yeah.
So today we are going to talk about Tim Burton's Hansel and Gretel. Hansel and Gretel.
It might turn it up. Huh.
Yep, that's Tim Burton already. Yep, that's a Tim Burton. Is that a frog car? Ah! Jump scare! Ah! Oh yeah, Jack, this is the whole thing. No.
This is Hansel and Gretel.
This is Hansel and Gretel.
You enjoying it? I don't know what to think.
They're like, Tim Burton, here's $10. Go to the store, do whatever.
Go to a little Geppetto's toy store, buy some toys.
No, he made all of that. Can't you see by their dead weird eyes?
Oh, that was what?
He died.
What?
That was the witch.
Wait, what?
It's the little...
What? Huh.
So I think Brandon should talk about this because he recommended it to us, or he found it. How did you even find this?
It was on a list somewhere or something. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it was on a list or something. I don't know. So it's. I mean, do you want to talk about it?
Yeah. Let me tell you the premise of it. So it's your Hansel and Gretel story, but it's very minimalist and Japanese-styled kabuki. It's all Japanese actors, but they're all dubbed over.
Yeah.
And the reason it is Japanese-styled is because Tim Burton was a huge weeb at the time. And that's true.
It's the guy who does the McFly, Marty McFly's boss from Back to the Future.
Thank you for using AT&T.
McFly!
Fujitsu-san, konnichiwa!
I think this is just one of the weirdest cases I think we've seen. I think this might be the weirdest one we've seen on the show.
Well, it's the fact that it's not really... Disney didn't show it again for a reason. I guess Tim Burton was embarrassed of it because of how big of a weeb he was. At the time he's looking back, he was embarrassed of that, but also Disney thought it was too unsettling to show again.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we could explain why, but I think it's just...
It's off-putting.
It's very off-putting, especially...
It's very Tim Burton, you could definitely tell, because he did all the design.
Well, no shit, he did all the design. I mean, we can clearly...
He designed and directed.
He has, obviously, a style that everybody knows.
We are picking up on some...
But this is very early before he did a lot of major things.
What
he's
was
known
this?
For.
Was this after he left or before he left?
No, this was at the time because this was Vincent and then he did this, and this was at the time he was at the Disney studio before he left and then came back.
We noticed there were some similar
elements
similar designs, like the duck was in there. There was the sandworm from Beetlejuice, the duck from Nightmare Before Christmas.
But this is way before all of that.
Yeah,
too.
but we noticed that they kind of made their way they might have started here and then made their way into those.
There's design evolutions that were definitely present here.
There's
that
even the
are
hill.
Obviously seen in his.
Well, it's not just the hill,
more.
but also the way that the woods look
Yeah.
exactly like
Nightmare Before
Christmas. Everything comes together in this film where his style is there.
He's developed a style.
I mean,
It's also very experimental because it's styled. It's mixed with this Japanese kabuki.
That's
it's
just
very
interesting.
minimalist style.
I'm very
It's
confused.
extremely a lot of just white walls, and then there's all the splash of color comes from the candy jizz under the wall.
Oh my god.
we need to discuss
We-
that.
well,
slime.
Before we get to the
Slime and paint.
I think what we need before we talk about those scenes is why Japanese actors playing an
Don't.
American, like a German folklore. Like
it's something I
It's
noticed.
when you
also
think of
definitely a choice.
like when you think of Hansel and Gretel, do you think Japan?
No, you
That's
think
what
of-
he did it in. He said he did it in Japanese style. It's very interesting that.
It was an interesting choice that he chose, and it's something I did notice, but I couldn't come up with a reason why he went that way, other than he just thought it would be
Big
cool.
fan of Japan.
But minimalist, I mean, they had about $8.
I like how the music is just. It feels like a Charlie Brown musical.
It does, really.
Where's Helen Bonham Carter?
Yeah.
Where's Johnny Depp?
This was 1991. So,
Is that guacamole?
that was Tim Burton. Yes, can you eat it slower?
Oh my god.
Yeah, just keep going, keep going.
Can we get a little closer on that eating?
Okay then.
Okay, good night.
You're not gonna talk about it more, sister? Okay.
I don't have a blanket.
I don't know.
What?
Ah! Oh, it's the dad because he's a little toy maker. This is definitely something that's like 3 a.m. on the Disney Channel. And then it airs once, and then everyone forgets about it, and then you have nightmares about it 35 years later. It like immensely scars you. Because it's incredibly unsettling, but it's supposed to be like innocent.
Yeah.
But because it has that edge of Tim Burton, it's incredibly unsettling.
Let's start with the scenes before we get to the witch. So the first half settles.
It's the exact story of Hansel and Gretel. It's you got a mother who doesn't like the children, and then it's the father. The father's always making something, but he doesn't make enough money, and they think he's distracted by the children. And he's a toy maker.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he makes like these weird.
He makes Tim Burton toys.
He makes Tim Burton toys. Like the first.
I
think the first
the first
5 minutes.
The
is
first
just-
shot of the film is the cuckoo clock, and you're like, yep.
Yep, Tim Burton.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And it goes from that to the mom like pouring porridge.
The mom is played
Which-
by a man in drag.
I literally said it was like a
And the-
Monty Python skit.
And the porridge looks like, what did I say, guacamole?
Guacamole, or it's like.
There's a lot of themes of that.
What? What did it look like, Tori? Why don't you share? Why don't you share, Tori?
The kids go upstairs because the mom sends them to bed and they want to escape, but then the clown, or the Jocko the clown?
The father comes up and he's like, "Hey, he like plays with the kids with his friends. Who's a clown puppet,
Yeah,
and then he does stuff, and he's got a rose.
And he calls the daughter a dog at one point, I swear he does.
I don't know.
No, he doesn't.
We'll have to probably.
Or unless, maybe it's just the subtitles.
Maybe, yeah, 'cause
the subtitles said
The
dog.
auto caption subtitle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't we just run away?
Hush, my little dove. She's not here with us now.
And then after that, they go to the woods. They take a stroll with the mom. The mom sets up a firecracker, and the kids get distracted, and then the kids are lost. But then they come back home.
Because they're
Yeah, that's
following
like
the
the thing
breadcrumbs.
because he takes pebbles.
Yeah.
It's in pebbles, but in the folklore, it's breadcrumbs.
Well, first it's pebbles, and then he gets breadcrumbs.
Okay, but then that's when the bird toy.
She has a
the
toy.
But then
toy.
he gives him a toy duck,
Which
and it eats because it's still pebbles, but the toy duck is eating the pebbles as they go through.
Yeah. And
First
then,
off, she distracts them with the firecracker, and then then they come back, and then she takes them the next day after they eat the guacamole in an extreme close-up, as close as you can get the camera.
We're just gonna call it the guacamole.
As close as you can get, which is the theme.
It's just really
Yeah.
Which is the theme of just close up eating just slime.
Disturbing stuff.
She
Well,
eats
here
the
we're-
most,
And then the duck eats the pebbles, and then it transforms into a robot. They go to sleep, and overnight
I
the duck
think,
transforms
I
into a
think
robot.
right when that happens,
Please tell me that the mother plays this witch also.
Uh-oh, Duck's alive.
The Transformer.
Transformers.
Robots in the sky.
Ay, what the fuck?
What? Oh.
obviously there's been a lot of weirdness in this movie, or this special. But I think right when the duck turns into like a transformer with a beacon and starts to beep, 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 that's when you know something's a little fucking
That's where it
happening.
starts to
Do you
get
think
weird.
it's the mother? Because they're first off, they're sitting by the same person, but she also bought them the duck. She's like, here, have this present.
I mean, but then again, like at the very end, the dad's like, the mother is gone.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
but,
obviously,
but the mother probably knew about the witch because she
Maybe it's
said,
her
"Here's a
sister.
present." The mother would never give him a present.
Maybe it's her sister.
Wicked Witch in the east and the west, and
She bought him a duck who was actually a robot beacon that leads him to a candy house in the middle of
You know,
the paper
it
forest.
sounds like it doesn't make sense, but in reality, it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
It's the exact story. If you know Hansel and Gretel, it's the exact story. It's just it has these weird little things on top of it, like the robot, like a robot wooden duck that eats the pebbles and then turns to a robot and leads to the witch's house.
And that's when things get weird.
Oh,
Also, it's made of candy, I guess.
Look at the
Come
house.
with me,
and
you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Of Tim Burton's imagination. And you'll find no straight angles. Oh!
He popped his zip.
Oh, he did one more than
He did what?
Oh,
Me when you mom, my mom, you when we went.
whoa, what? He's gonna get 5 at once. He's got 5 at once. This kid's a legend. Oh my gosh! I like how they cut away every time. What is? Well, she's a witch.
Oh dear God.
Kabuki. It's Kabuki. Oh, this is. It's Kabuki.
I have several questions going on with this.
Let me take you to my house. It's empty.
Ew.
What?
He shit himself.
There's an excessive amount of squirting going on in this.
There's an excessive amount of liquidy foods in this whole movie.
Yeah. What the hell?
Tim Burton's
hell,
got a
sir?
specific fetish, and we discovered it today.
What the hell, Tim Burton?
Get real messy with it. All over your face.
They get to the witch's house.
And the witch has a really cool. Oh.
It's a really cool house. Yeah, you can keep saying. Like,
Although the house is cool, I said the witch has a good design, but the house is also pretty cool looking.
it's
but then-
very Tim Burton.
But
It's very
then,
Tim Burton,
Then they touch the wall.
and
and it's candy.
Or is it?
Brandon. I think Brandon said it. I think we discovered a Tim Burton fetish.
I don't know if it's a theme of his other movies, but
Liquid.
it's because it goes down to the minimalist style. A lot of the walls are like stark white, and the whole room is stark white. And the only reason they get color is because when you poke the walls, candy goo comes out, and it's very colorful. But then
It gets a little excessive.
it gets
Very excessive.
It gets very
It gets very excessive to the point where we're just like going, okay, let's see how many times we could find like.
They
some
keep doing it.
Yeah, they keep doing it. grabs the witch's nose, which we introduce as the witch.
Which is the witch, and the witch is an interesting design. She's got a big old tall witch Tim Burton hat.
And a candy cane nose.
And a candy cane nose. And a candy cane staff. And then she has
Weird
paper cutouts.
Yeah.
She has cutouts of stars and circles, and she's got cookie cutters hanging.
It's a really interesting design, but
for a candy witch, but then she incorporates it later.
But then she takes the kids inside.
She has a fake cake conveniently prepared.
She's like
with them.
The cake is fake, but the furniture is candy.
Yeah. And then guess what they do to the furniture?
They
poke the furniture.
Well, he sits down on
No, they sit down on the seat, and then the goo comes out of the pillow.
And then he pokes the back of the chair.
Oh, that's right, he does that too! There's a lot of...
It's like popping zits.
There's a lot of weird goo that comes out.
It's all goo, and then they eat the table and the chairs, and not the cake.
And then more...
And she's like,
color
goo. Yeah, she eats all the colored goo, and they're sitting on the floor in just a mess of goo, and it's all over their face. Like the whole time, too, they do these low-angle shots of them because they're kids.
Well, yeah,
and they just go shit on their face.
And then they go to bed.
And then they go to bed. And then it becomes, what is it? Nightmare on Elm Street 4.
4.
Are they gonna squirt too?
I've never seen a bed before in my life.
Oh, Tim, you guys.
Hey Tim, get your finger out of the shot. Oh.
It's got Tim Burton eyes. It's gonna eat him.
Oh, Christ!
Freddy Krueger.
Oh my God!
Oh, it's squirting.
Wow.
Okay. Well, I can see why they said no.
Oh my God!
Well, not only that though, I've noticed that
it's candy cane clawing it.
I noticed that the ring or the bed head, when the eyes open up, it's like the wreath from Nightmare on Christmas too. But then that's when shit gets batshit insane. When the boy gets sucked into the bed head
and goes down to a little trap place.
Oh,
and there's a little umbrella with a snake on it, and then he drops in a character known as Dan Dan.
And
Dan Dan is a gingerbread man. I think.
Don't you kids read anymore? I'm Dan Dan, the gingerbread man. Usually just your run-of-the-mill midnight snack, but in this case, more like the Last Supper.
He's a monster. He's the scariest thing I've ever seen.
He's more scary than anything out of Nightmare Before Christmas.
And she says, I want you to eat me.
What are you talking about? You want me to eat you?
Oh my God, it's just like aliens. Don't eat them. Don't eat them. It's just like the eggs.
And while he's doing that, the monster, I'm gonna call it the fucking monster. The monster literally is pleasured by that.
Well, maybe just a taste.
Because in the thing that they trap a little boy in the original fairy tale, they trap a little boy in the cage and they feed him, and then the girl they do all these chores.
You said
this one they just drop him in a pit.
You said he was doing
and then from the snake mouth at the top, they drop in one talking gingerbread man.
You said he was doing a song?
And then and then he's singing like a version of Too Sexy for My Shirt.
If you think I'm tasty and you want my body,
which is weirdly contemporary given the entire tone of the entire special.
It's like if Aladdin was played completely straight and the genie was in one scene.
Because there's even like moments where when he's like, oh, I don't want to eat anymore, he's like, eat me.
Come on, Hansel, take a bite.
I'm not eating anymore. You're disgusting.
I said take another bite. Finish me.
He's got his mouth, his face, and his scary big mouth.
It's actually more terrifying than any other Tim Burton.
Well, yeah, because there's a lot of Large Marge. I mean, Large Marge.
It looked like this.
Dan Dan, the gingerbread man.
Probably in the top tier of Tim Burton's scary images. This Dan Dan.
I would think so. This Dan Dan is probably the scariest thing I've ever seen Tim Burton.
Do you think that's where Shrek got the line "Eat me"?
Now tell me, where are the others?
Eat me!
When Gingerbread Man's...
No, he got it from the Ginger Dead Man with Gary Busey.
Rat! I'm talking to you. Want a piece of me? Hey, you little shit! Fuck off!
Should we go back to what happens next?
Well, because there's really nothing after that, because then the witch tells the girl that I'm gonna eat your brother.
I'm gonna hope if she eats Dan.
Oh, we forgot to talk about like what happens before he goes into the pit. The witch throws like shuriken stars.
No, that's to become before they throw her. That was after the pit. Not before the pit. They pull the kid out of the pit. She's like, I like my kids, I'm gonna eat you, but I like you full of cookie stuffing first. She tries to put it in. So then the girl, she takes the fireplace poker and then she hits the witch with it. And then that starts a battle.
No, before the pit happens, the witch literally takes some stars off the side and throws it at the boy. And captures the boy.
Runs away from the bed and she throws the shurikens.
Yeah.
The things on her on her dress were shurikens. Yeah. And then she throws them at him.
But then
and then that also pops the wall and he sucks on that one too.
Instead of running for his life, he just like, candy.
Yeah, he like sucks on the shuriken and then he gets captured.
But
then there's that battle.
It's also like a Kill Bill style fight because she takes the stab, breaks
it, and she breaks it in half and it turns into nunchucks. Yeah. And then she's got like the cookie cutters and she's doing it around. And they're having like the full-on battle. At the meantime, they're poking the house, and the house is gooing out. The house is gooing out even more.
Oh! Oh no! Oh, Quentin Tarantino directed this part. My God!
It's very interesting, the color palette.
Oh my God! See, I was right.
Nunchucks? You think the nunchucks are the dumbest thing and not the sexy for my shirt reference? Oh, fuck! Oh, no. I'm just gonna come on her. Okay.
And then you have the tradition.
And there's like explosions of goo everywhere.
They're like throwing because then she has like the dots and she's throwing the dots at the wall.
Someone is offset is throwing paint at everyone.
And then you have the traditional ending where they push the witch.
Well, no, they didn't push the witch.
They trick her.
Yeah, thank you.
No, she does a jumping kick. She does a jumping kick. By the way, the furnace was also goo inside.
Well,
I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, no, because it was goo, and
it was
as
fire,
soon as the witch goes in there, the witch blows up and it goos out of the
and the house
melts.
No, the house goos and blows up.
Yeah, but eventually it does melt on the outside.
It does, yeah.
And the goo, you poke it, it's like a tire running out of air, except it's all goo.
All the faces on the house throw up candy.
Yeah, and goo, and just get scared. Their watcher gets.
The bird thing comes back.
They give the kids. The father gives the kids a ceramic swan toy he made, and then it comes back, but it's not the ceramic swan toy. It's a flat boat. And then they coast back to their house on a river of purple goo.
It reminded me of the Penguin's boat from Batman Returns, another Tim Burton property.
And then the father reunites, saying that the stepmom's gone.
He killed her.
And then
the stepmom's gone, and then they said we're gonna have spaghetti dinners and roast marshmallow over the fires, which is very funny, given that everyone is Japanese and they've dubbed that over.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're like, how can we afford this? And then the swan coughs up money and they
randomly. The smell just opens its mouth and just vomits money. And then they just jump in the air. And
they pull a Jean Cocteau's Beauty and the Beast where it ends with them jumping in midair. And then it just ends.
And then it ends. And that's it. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Do you see why this was not aired again?
Yeah,
because it's not.
It's batshit insane.
Well, it's not just insane. It's tonally creepy.
Totally whiplash.
As a kid, if you saw it on Disney Channel, would you be a little scarred?
Yes.
This is the weirdest thing I think.
Everyone is dubbed over for some reason.
Weirder than Zokamon?
Well, no, Zokamon was weird in its own right. This was already expected to be weird.
Because it's Tim Burton, but there was decisions made that were...
That's why I'm not that weirded out by it, because I knew to expect weird from Tim Burton. Even...
How much goo did you expect?
No, okay, I didn't expect that. I expected this to be weird. I didn't expect Zokomon to be as weird as it was. So I think Zokomon is still weirder than this.
But here, let me point it down to this. Good or bad?
Oh, that's a question.
Watchable.
Watchable?
It's eh.
It's not the worst thing we've ever watched because it's it's a very interesting.
I think it's interesting,
especially if you like Tim Burton.
Yeah, if you're into Tim Burton, I think you should watch this at least once.
I think it's interesting
It has
in a way
it
that
has a little stop motion. It's very interesting, stylistic.
I think artistically,
story
it's
choices
good.
that are
like I think some of the lighting was good. I like the lighting. I like the everything about it except for probably the acting.
Yeah.
That wasn't their fault because
I know
they had to
their
be
fault.
dubbed over later.
But I think this is tolerable.
It's really interesting because before we even did this, we had this whole conversation about Tim Burton's career, and we were just talking about that because he's still around. He is kind of down. He's going.
He did Dumbo.
Yeah,
that was it.
That was like. Well, he did Dumbo.
He's doing
different.
He's doing an Addams Family TV show now.
I don't think he was ever big into popularity. He's a cult filmmaker. All of his films got popular after.
I think that this is okay.
Minus Batman and
Nightmare Before Christmas.
No, that
Nightmare wasn't even him.
Money.
But he wrote the book.
He wrote the book.
Didn't make any money when it came out. Beetlejuice didn't make any money when it came out.
But
Ed Wood made no money when it came out.
I think to answer your question, though, this is okay.
There was a recent Hansel and Gretel remake where it kind of captured the style of a Tim Burton. It's like Oz Perkins. Maybe I'm just in the realm of
this is very
there's too many
minimalist abstract. This is something I'd make in high school.
It's certainly better than the Jeremy Renner Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters.
This was an interesting Halloween episode. I think.
I agree.
I think not horrible, not bad. It's like right in the middle.
It's probably not as well. I would still watch this over zombies, but I think we had more fun watching the zombies episode because that was also kind of batshit insane.
Well, that was a whole other.
You got a tattoo.
But final thoughts.
I didn't love this film, but I also didn't hate it. I think it was kind of fine for what it had to be.
Brandon, do you have
creepy as fuck.
Brandon, do you have any final thoughts about this?
Happy Halloween, I guess.
Anything you want to say about Dan Dan again?
No.
Oh no, it's the swan that he gave at the beginning. Remember?
Yeah.
And it's big and paper now. Get on my back, children. We're going to Disneyland.
Yay! But Tim Burton stuff is not there.
I'm gonna make a movie about Hansel and Gretel. I'm gonna make a movie where it's Hansel and Gretel, but there's cum everywhere. It's gonna be real sticky.
That's why.
The whole thing. We committed murder, but they tried to kill us first.
I stole it. I used the Birdmobile.
They said we don't have any money.
What the fuck?
And I see it jump! Lower here!
Might as well jump! Jump! Go ahead and jump! They jumped out of the orbit. Oh yeah. Hey.
And no one ever saw it again.
Happy Halloween, guys.
I like how Vincent Price is credited for that. Happy Halloween!
I wish we had a Dan Dan doll.
Have him fight Kremmy.
But
Brand, who would win a fight, Kremmy or Dan Dan?
Dan Dan wins.
Whoa.
Well, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
I hope this didn't scare you guys too much.
Boo!
Let's just do a flash of Dan Dan or something.
Like Dan Dan pops up at the bottom.
Goo, 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 goo,
Goo, boo, goo, goo, boo, goo, goo, boo,
goo. You like goo?
You know, Hansel, I feel pretty crummy.